Hello everybody, my name is Brandy. I can listen to my heart.
Did he hurt you bad, Louis? No, he didn't hurt me too much. That's a terrible cough you have, Louis. You've been doing that for the last 10 years. I can't seem to get over it, John. It doesn't appear to be a cold. Professor Pinget wants to see you. He says it's very important. You better run down there. It's bad news, I'm sorry to say, Louis. Bad news indeed. What happened? I've been informed by the board of directors that my service here at the institute are no longer desired. But how can they possible? Professor Defoe is the new headmaster. Defoe, yes, and I need not tell you that he is no great a mile for the Braille system of writing for the blind. He sure does not. He cannot discharge you from the professorship. You are too valuable to the school, but I fear he's going to make trouble for the system. Professor Pinget, that's a very bad cough, Louis. Concerns me. This wretched old building. Well, as my last official act, I'm ordering you to have a complete physical examination. I'm all right, Professor Pinget. Oh, I'm sure you are, but I want to make a certain. You see Dr. Hutton tomorrow morning. You have what I describe as a pulmonary weakness, a weakness of the lungs. It is tuberculosis, doctor. It may be. I hope to marry some, doctor. Do you think, if you care for the young lady, you will not marry her until we were sure what your circumstance is?
Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Hello everybody, my name is Papa. I can read. Listen to my heart. Captain Barbie, let me be certain that I understand Professor Pinget, what this boy here is saying. Of course, this young pipsqueak, this non-entity is proposing to change the system entirely and base it not on sounds but on some ridiculous version of an alphabet. Have I stated the circumstance correctly? I don't think of my system Braille as a non-entity, a pipsqueak. But that aside, yes, Louis is proposing to use the alphabet as the basis for his dot system. His dot system, my dot system. Of course, Captain Barbier, it is your system, and always will be. I'm only proposing to simplify it, to make it easier to use for those of us who are blind, preposterous, that still needs all improvement. If sonography is good enough for the French army, is good enough for a gang of fly boys like you. And as for you, Mr. Pinget, you have permitted your pupils to tinker a flying invention by standardized granite. Well, I will not permit it. Good day, sir. I should have expected this reaction. I should have warned you. Well, this means my system is going to be abandoned. Not at all. It's a wonderful system. Work of art. The way the boys have taken to it proves that. Professor Defoe doesn't think well of it. Professor Defoe is a troublemaker. Can Captain Barbie do home? Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Hello everyone, my name is Ray. I can read. Listen to my heart. Goodbye, sweet one. Let me be certain that I understand Professor Pinget what his boy here is saying. Of course, this young pipsqueak, this non-entity is proposing to change the system entirely and base it on sound from some ridiculous version of an alphabet. Have I said your circumstance correctly? I don't think of my student Braille is a non-entity or a pipsqueak, but that aside, yes, Louis is proposing to use the alphabet as a basis for his dot system. His dot system, my dot system. Of course, Captain Barbier, it is your system, and always will be. I'm only proposing to simplify it, to make it easier to use for those of us who are blind. Preposterous. My system needs no improvement. If sonography is good enough for a French army, it's good enough for a gang of blind boys like you. And as for you, Mr. Pinget, you have permitted your pupils to tinker with my inventions. That's nicely wounded. Well, I will not permit it. Good day, sir. I should have expected this reaction. I should have warned you. Well, this means my system is to be abandoned? Not at all. It's a wonderful system, a work of art. The boys have to take it to improve that. Professor Defoe doesn't think well of it. Professor Defoe is a troublemaker. Can Captain Barbier do you harm? Thank you for listening. Bye.
Hello everybody, my name is Mia. I can read. Listen to my heart. Let me be certain that I understand Professor Pindier what this boy here is saying. Of course, this young pipsqueak, this non-entity is proposing to change the system entirely and based on sounds by some ridiculous version of an alphabet. Have I stated the circumstance correctly? I don't think of my student Bria as a non-entity or a pipsqueak, but let's say, yes, Louis is proposing to use the alphabet as the basis for his thought system. His thought system, my thought system. Of course, Captain Barbier, it is your system, and always will be. I'm only proposing to simplify it to make it easier to use of those of us who are blind. Preposterous. My system needs no improvement. Its sonography is good enough for the French armies. It is good enough for a gang of blind boys like you. And as you, Monsieur Pindier, you have permitted your pupils to tinker with my invention, bastardize it, ruin it. Well, I will not permit it. Good day, sir. Thank you for listening.
Hello everybody, my name is Ethan. I can read. Listen to my heart. Captain Barbier, let me but be certain that I understand Professor Pindier what this boy here is saying. Of course, this young pipsqueak, this non-entity is proposing to change the system entirely and bet it not on sound but on some ridiculous version of an alphabet. If I stated the circumstance correctly, I don't think of my student Bria as a non-entity or a pipsqueak, but let aside, yes, Louis is proposing to use the alphabet as the basis for his thought system, my thought system. Of course, Captain Barbier, it is your system, and always will be. I only proposing to simplify it, to make it easy to use for those of us who are blind. Preposterous. My system needs no improvement. Its sonography is good enough for the French army. It is good enough for a gang of blind boys like you. And as for you, Mr. Pindier, you have permitted your pupil to tinker with my invention better than ruin it. Well, I will not permit it. Good day, sir. I should have expected this question. I should have warned you. Will this mean my system is to be abandoned? Not at all. It's a wonderful system, a work of art. The way the boys have taken to it proves that Professor Defoe doesn't think well of it. Professor Defoe is a troublemaker. Can Captain Barbier do your harm? Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Hello everybody, my name is Rania. I can really listen to my heart. Captain Barbier, let me be certain that I understand Professor Pindier what his boy here is saying. Of course, this young pipsqueak, this non-entity is proposing to change the system entirely based on some ridiculous version of an alphabet. Have I stated the circumstance correctly? I don't think of my student Bria as a non-entity or pipsqueak, but let aside, yes, Louis is proposing to use the alphabet as the base for his thought system. His thought system, my thought system. Of course, Captain Barbier, it is your system, and always will be. I'm only proposing to simplify it, to make it easier to use for those of us who are blind. Preposterous. My system needs no improvement. If sonography is good enough for the French army, it is good enough for a gang of blind boys like you. And as for you, Monsieur Pindier, you have permitted your pupils to tinker with my invention, bastardize, ruin it. Well, I will not permit it. Good day, sir. I should have expected this action. I shouldn't have warned you. Will this mean my system is going to be abandoned? Not at all. It's a wonderful system, a work of art. The way the boys have taken to the proof that Professor Defoe didn't think well of it. Professor Defoe is a troublemaker. Can Captain Barbier do you harm? Thank you for listening. Goodbye.